All right, here we go. Peedi Crakk.
What up, bro?
Welcome to VladTV. First time.
Thank you, my brother.
Huge fan.
I'm a huge fan of you, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. Because I remember when it came to State Property, it was like you and Beanie Sigel were like my favorites.
I appreciate that.
And I always kind of like had a special kind of liking to you because I've always liked like high pitched rap.
No doubt.
I was always, I was a fan of, King Ad Rock from the Beastie Boys.
Me too.
A big fan of, Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Cool Keith, Sonic.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the high, something about like the high pitched
I said Sonic. I'm sorry. Ultramagnetic.
Ultramagnetic.
Gotta clear that shit up.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We got an angry phone call.
My bad. Straight up. No, and that's just disrespectful on my end. But
good.
shout out to Sonic too, Daddy O and everybody.
Yeah.
But Ultramag, Cool Keith.
Exactly. So you grew up in North Philly.
Right.
All right, so the name Peedi Crakk, I assume you were fucking with crack back in the day?
Nah? Never smoked crack, ever.
Well, sold crack.
Sold crack. We all was selling crack.
Well, that's what I meant. I didn't mean you were smoking crack.
You said did.
Yeah, no, I felt, yeah.
You gotta be specific in this.
Specific, right?
Tomorrow we have memes and shit. But but it never came from the actual like crack. I never felt like I wanted to glorify that. And actually, I didn't make that name. That name wasn't supposed to be my name. My name was something else. My name was Pedro Tequila.
Okay.
And I had just mentioned Peedi Crakk in a rhyme because I was saying something like, they call me Peedi Crakko, like Benny Blanco from the Bronx,
right.
From Carlito's Way.
Right.
And I used to spit the rhyme to everybody all the time. They be like, yo, spit that joint. You say, Peedi Crakko. And that was like everybody's favorite rap on the block. And it just stuck. They was like, hey, Crakko, hey, Peedi Crakk. And we just dismissed the Pedro Tequila and just stuck with the Crakko and then cut the O off. So
yeah, man.
But never with the crack. I see women like mothers and stuff, and they be like, yo, why your name gotta be Crack though? I like, miss, it don't mean crack rock like drugs.
Yeah. Well, at one point you tried to change it. You tried to go to Peedi.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really want to, but my lawyer kept suggesting because people were calling for me to do endorsements like Corona and like independent clothing lines, but they just weren't really feeling the whole putting crack with their product.
Yeah.
So he just gave me some advice like, yo, in the future, man, you're going to keep running into this problem. You need to drop the crack.
Yeah.
But I picked the crack back up.
Yeah, I remember Killer Mike had the same issues at one point.
Yeah.
He tried to change his name to Mike Bigger, but no one really fucked with it.
But
I think once you establish yourself, it's tough.
I think it's always dope, though, for artists that it doesn't even matter because they so dope that they can still go through their whole process of their career with that name, like Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
It's still Ghostface Killer.
Yeah, even though it's Ghostface on the album, it's still Ghostface Killer.
But it's ill to hear somebody conservative say it like on MTV, like that new joint from Ghostface Killer, like a little white dude.
Gucci Mane.
Yeah, right. So we keeping the crack, man. I'll never drop the crack again.
So growing up in Philly, like how involved were you in the street shit?
Honestly, man, I dip and dab as far as with like hustling and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, I was real mischievous as a child, and I had a big thing with guns. I was always fascinated with guns. Now it's the opposite. I hate guns now.
You hate guns?
I hate
Why?
guns. Because I hate. See, you got to be smart to handle a gun. You got to have some self-control. You got to have a stable mentality. And I just hate the fact that there's so many guns out here in America with these crazy people that's like on drugs, and a lot of people got mental issues that's not even diagnosed, and they got a gun.
Yeah.
That's why I hate guns. But, they still serve a good purpose. They for protection.
Yeah. I mean, I got guns in the house.
Right. No, we still got the strap. But when I was a kid, I loved guns. And me and my partner, ND5, we used to always buy any gun we can find on the street. Like, you know what I mean? Like, crackheads would come. Crackheads used to break in people's crib. They probably still do. But back when I was grinding, they would break in somebody's house and take whatever they can. And they would always find a gun and bring us a gun. And we'd buy a gun for like $20 rock.
Wow.
I brought like a new Glock. I brought a Glock for like $175, but it was brand new. And it was when Glocks first came out. And I was just mischievous, man. But it was a line. I still had a good family, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't go through a lot of stuff. A lot of other kids, like a lot of the kids' mothers was on crack and no dad and all of that stuff. I had family there, but I just was like just on my own. I'm an only child, so I just was.
Me too.
Wanted to do what I wanted to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You were fucking with guns. I mean, were you getting into shootouts and stuff like that with them, or were you just like collecting them?
Nah, nobody just collects them back then. We had guns because around that time, this was that era, man. This was around that era.
The 80s,
right? When baggy jeans, hoodies, guns, drugs, that's when that was hip. And that's when everybody had a gun. So you better go get you a gun and keep it on you. See, nowadays, things change. You don't got to keep the gun on you because if you at my age now, you shouldn't really be anywhere that you going to need a gun.
Yeah.
But back
then... Or you
then...
can just get security.
Yeah, true that. But I'm just speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So nowadays it's different, man. But back then we was just, after hours, 5 a.m, all type of crazy clubs, crack houses. You need a gat.
Shit happens.
Shit happens, man.
Okay. So you were fucking around in North Philly. At what point did you start rapping?
I always rap, man. I grew up with my grandma. I grew up, my grandma's from North Philly. And I was more raised by my mom and my grandma. You know what I'm saying? So hip hop was just always around me. And I remember my Uncle Ronald, he used to sleep. I used to have to sleep with my grandma because there was so many people living in the same house. So I would have to sleep with my grandma as a kid, like 7, 8. Yeah, in the same bed with my grandma. So his room was next door to my room. And I would always hear this new music that I never heard before, like Public Enemy first album, Take a Nation a Million, and LL Cool J album, and all this crazy new music. And I used to ask him, I used to listen from there, but then my mom had brought me a little cassette for my 9th birthday or my 8th birthday, and I had the little radio, the little one box that took the one tape, and Uncle Ron, let me hold that tape, man. Let me hold that Public Enemy tape. He's like, all right, I'm gonna let you hold it, man, but don't mess my shit up.
Right.
Bring it back. So I was doing good. I had a Public Enemy joint. I learned all the words to that. Rebel Without a Pause. Don't Believe the Hype. I need a new tape. LL Cool J joint. Jack the Ripper, all that. And then I ended up popping one of the tapes. And I was scared as hell to tell him. So I had took, I used to do with the tapes. Don't nobody know. See, you gotta be old to know about this shit.
Right.
I took a little piece of tape, clear Scotch tape, and put it on each end of the part that popped and sealed it back and put it back and tried to give it back to him. And he must have listened to it and it got to that part or whatever. And he's like, yo, man, you popped my tape, man. Don't ask me for no more tapes. And he put me on timeout with tapes for a long time. And then I started just buying my own tapes. But that's how I got turned on to hip hop through Uncle Ryan. Yeah, and I don't think I ever told him that. I never told him that. But my Uncle Ryan that's when I really fell in love with rap.
Yeah. Was
through him, and that's when I just was turned out. And I would always ask my mom when I hear about a show on the radio, Fat Boys, this show you how old I am. Yeah. The Fat Boys, Eric B. Rakim, I was there. I seen this shit at a young age. My mom used to take me to the shows. And I was just crazy about hip hop, man. And I didn't want to do nothing else but write raps. I hated school. I hated anything that didn't have to do with hip hop. I just wanted to be at all the ciphers. I wanted to go to every hip hop show, every talent show, every battle. I was there all throughout my young age to my teenage years.
Well, you went to high school with Freeway.
Yeah, we went to Kensington. Yup. I went to Kensington for 1 year. And that's around the time, that's when we really started to form our group around that time. We had a group called Ice City. Me, Free, his cousin Indy 500, and my man Hustle. And we used to hooky school. And my grandma ain't know no better. I would meet Free at school, and then we would leave school after advisory. You just sign in, leave school, and then go to my grandma's crib. She'd be like, well, is school over? I said, no, it's a half a day, Grandma. She'd be like, oh, all right, we going to be upstairs. We got 40s all in our book bag and cigarettes and blunts and shit. We upstairs going in. And we used to have a little radio, the regular radio, the house radio, but if you put the headphones into the mic thing, you could use the headphones. One of them would turn into a mic. Right. When I found that out, it was over. Once I realized that this shit is a mic, it was curtains. So we used to make our little tapes and shit. It was dope, man.
So you had this little group. Freeway was in the group.
Yeah, Ice City.
Ice City.
Shout out to Uncle Uzi. He really had a lot to do with that. He was our old head that kind of we all looked up to, and he used to put money behind us and take us to the studio, and he was the backbone. Like, we was just kids, but...
Okay, so you guys started actually going to the studio and actually...
Yeah, I've been recording since I was like 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
In the studio, we was making music. We got songs being free since we was kids from high school. Like, straight from high school, we both dropped out of high school. We both ended up getting locked up for selling crack and shit. And we both ended up on Roc-a-Fella Records.
You're in high school. You start going to the studio with your group, Ice City.
Right.
And, I mean, did the stuff that you guys make, did any of it really react in Philly? Were people fucking with it or not really?
Locally in the hood, yeah, we had a banger. And niggas from Philly could really contest to this. It was a song called Chitty Bang Bang.
Okay.
Chitty Bang Bang, all I hear in the ghetto is things bang. That was like a hood favorite right there with no nothing going on. This was just a CD that we burnt on a blank CD, a whole spindle, like 100 of them, and just was passing them out through the hood and stuff like that. So,
okay, so you got a little local buzz off that joint. Now, what happened next? Now, did the Roc-a-Fella thing happen next, or was there something that happened in between?
Well, honestly, I just talked to Freeway about this. He was like, damn, Crack, you still be shitting on me in interviews? I'm like, chill, man. I just try to keep it real, man. He like, nah, come on, man. You doing me wrong. I like, you know I love you, man, but I can't skip over the part. But we was a group, like Ice City and all of that. And Freeway had got signed. And
to Roc-a-Fella?
To Roc-a-Fella. Okay. This when he did the 1-900 Hustler. And I was amazed. They like, yo, Crack, your man got signed. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up.
Wait, so when he got signed, you guys weren't rolling together, or what happened?
We were rolling at the time. But when he got signed, now I understand. Back then, I didn't understand. Back then, I was like, some bullshit. This nigga shitted on us. You know what I'm saying? That's how me and Five felt. Like, yo, fuck that. But once I got there, I realized, like, yo, it is rough once you get signed. And you're not in there. The public feel as though you made it. You made it to them, but you didn't make it in Def Jam building yet. Mm-hmm. They still don't know what the fuck you got to provide. They like, all right, what do you got? So now I understand, but at the time I just felt as though like he shitted on us and all that. But throughout, I ended up on Roc-a-Fella.
Right. Well,
in a different light.
Did you know Beanie Sigel?
I didn't.
Okay, so Freeway had the relationship with Beanie. Yeah,
Freeway had the relationship with Beans. They was close. And I used to see Beans. Matter of fact, he would come down the way to come pick Free up. And I would spit for him real quick and everything, but we didn't have like no relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because Beanie wasn't really a rapper himself like that.
Nah, he wasn't.
Yeah, it's not like he was building up and then, because I remember I interviewed him. He told me the story about how it all kind of came together.
No doubt.
It was kind of luck.
I'm coming from Philly going to New York. I barely know these guys that I'm riding with, and I don't know who I'm going to meet with. So let's just say I ruled the New York. I was correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had about 18 different ways to get out of New York, out that building. If I needed big, we gonna leave that at that.
Right.
So he was getting a little too aggressive, so I started rapping. So when I started rapping, Dane was like, see, I told you, he thought I was from New York, and I had to correct him, man, I'm from Philly. So he was like, yo, you from Philly? So he went and got Biggs, Kareem, he brought him out because Jay was in the booth like, yo, you gotta hear this kid. He was like, yo, spit that rap. And I wouldn't rap no more. I'm like, nah, I ain't here for that.
In a way, in terms of how he just got to spit for Jay-Z.
It's really vague to me how his situation went. I'm not really exactly sure how his went, but
yeah,
Free had got on and he was running with Beans real heavy, and basically he had took off. Like 1-900 Hustler was the hottest shit in my neighborhood.
Right. So how did you feel when 1-900 Hustler came out?
I had like a 50-50 feel for like, right. I was mad happy and proud for him, you know what I'm saying? Like I was really happy and I was like, damn, that's my man. And it made it dope to me because it made made me realize that it's really possible. Because for years, I was like, yo, I believed in myself, but then I used to think like, yo, this shit ain't never gonna happen. I've been rhyming forever. It felt like forever, but I was like 21 or 22. And to see him there and to hear him on record and with Jay and them, I'm like, wow, Crakk, don't stop. This shit is possible. Your man is right there with them.
Yeah.
So it was inspiring, you know what I'm saying?
Beanie and Freeway are signed to Roc-a-Fella.
Right.
Were other Philly rappers signed to Roc-a-Fella?
Yeah, Skino and Sparks. They were already, they were like established as state property already.
Okay. Now, you weren't part of state property?
I wasn't, nah.
Okay. Because state property was kind of Beanie's thing?
Yeah, state property was Beanie's thing. And to keep the record straight, like Beans always took a liking to me, like he would like me, but he never gripped me like come on, let me take you up here. He would always be like, yo, you dope, man, this and that, and showed me love. And I believe he had intentions on bringing me, but I ended up going up there a different way. And it just took for him just to put the icing on it for me. But anyway, Skino and Sparks was signed. Chris and Eve was, they were all Black Friday mixed with Roc-a-Fella, however, but they were all state property with Beans up there at the building.
So how did you get into that situation?
I end up, I had previously met Skino and Sparks through their manager, and we used to like have like, not battles, but we all just had like a friendly competition type of cipher, you know what I'm saying? And I knew they were signed to, I knew they were rolling with Roc-a-Fella at the time. So I rhymed with Skino one time, and he liked me. He's like, yo, I like you, man. I said, yo, give me your number. I'm going to do a song with you. So I ain't believe him. You know, people always been talking shit. Like, I heard so many stories from niggas. So he actually had hit me and was like, yo, what's up? Where you at? Man, I'm about to come see you. And I had a studio. My managers at the time was Anthony and Louis Farlow. So I invited him down to the studio, and we ended up doing a song called How Many Niggas Gonna Ride For Me? And we ended up putting a kid named Young Grant on it. He was rolling with Beans too at the time. I think he was from South Philly, but he got murdered. And we were trying to push the song, so we had to find somebody else to put on the song. And we ended up grabbing Emilio Sparks and put him on the song. And they took it up to Def Jam, up to Dame, and let Dame hear it. And they would call me, like they would be mad random different places. Like Sparks would call me, and O would call me. They'd be like, yo, they like the song, man. They want to meet you. Dame want to meet you. They love you. So I'm like, all right, when we going to meet? Like, let me know. So one day he hit me. He called me. He's like, yo, we in Miami. If you could get a flight up here, just come up, and I'll introduce you to them. And I told one of the managers, like, yeah, I'm with it. Like, come on, like, fly me out there. He flew me out to Miami. And I linked up with them and ended up meeting Dame that night. And he signed me that night.
Oh, Dame actually signed you right then and there?
He signed me right there. Like, I was just chilling. Like, I was only in Miami for maybe about like 5 hours. And we ended up at Circle House Studio in Miami. And everybody was there. Beans, Jay, the whole Roc-a-Fella, Myth, Bleak. And I seen Beans. Beans must have put the word in for me, like, yo, that's the boy Crakk, telling Dame, because I could see them talking. And Dame started making his way towards me. And he like, yo, can I talk to you for a minute? What's up? He took me in the hallway. He like, yo, that's you on that song? That How Many Niggas Gonna Ride For Me? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you Peedi Crakk? I'm like, yeah. He said, yo, I want to sign you, man. How you feel about that? I said, nigga, what you think I feel? I'm like, yeah, of course, man. He's like, yo, you got a lawyer? I'm like, nah. He's like, get a lawyer, man. You're going to need one. And I took his number and shit. And from there, I went home. I told my peoples, like, yo, I need a lawyer. Talked to Dame. We went and got a lawyer. We contacted him. And for like 2 weeks, nothing happened. Like, I'm like, yo, this some bullshit. I ain't had no feedback, no nothing. And then maybe almost like a month after I had met with him, the lawyer called me and he was like, yo, where you at? Hey, Pedro, you all right? Where are you? I said, I'm at my grandma's crib. I'm down north. He said, yo, you sitting down or you standing up? I said, I'm standing up. He said, yo, I think you need to sit down. I'm like, what's up? And you got to keep in mind, this is something I've been wanting to do. Like, this is something I was striving for since I was 12. And I was like 24, 25 at the time that this happened. And he like, yo, I just got a check from from Roc-a-Fella Def Jam and a contract for you. I need you to come to the office and sign it. It looks good. It's a good check. I mean, it's a good contract. You need to sign this.
Can you say how much the check was?
Well, the contract was for $600,000,
okay,
right, for the whole project, and they gave me 10%, like $60,000 cash.
Okay,
I took that. At that time, coming from off the street, 60 racks.
Yeah.
Let me get that. So they gave me $600,000 budget, and it was on from there.
Now you're signed to Roc-a-Fella.
All right, no doubt.
Now, was it straight Roc-a-Fella, or was it under Beanie, or?
No, actually, it was Roc-a-Fella Def Jam. It wasn't nothing to do with State Property on my contract.
Okay.
They end up finagling me into State Property. It just, matter of fact, it was natural, a natural thing that happened because I knew we knew of each other. Like I was a fan of Beans. I wouldn't have mind being there with him. Freeway is from my hood. That's my family. You know what I'm saying? I knew Oskino and Sparks. We all from North Philly. I was with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fuck that. I'm supposed to be right here.
Dope.
Because Dane would ask me, like, yo, how you feel about being with them? You cool with them? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with them. I know all these niggas already. So Dame didn't know it. He didn't know already. You know, he's in New York. He ain't know. I said, I know these niggas. He said, all right, cool. You going to be with Roc-a-Fella. Fuck it up, man. Yo, you famous, man. You going to be famous. He's talking all that fly shit to me. Right. But it was encouraging, though. It was dope to have him.
So it was really Dame Dash. He's the reason why you got on.
I mean, he sparked it. Yeah. He sparked it. As far as with paperwork and the putting the money and everything, getting that budget open for me and all that, Dame
Dash.
Word.
That's what's up. So now you're on Roc-a-Fella. Mm-hmm. Now, did you meet Jay at this point or no?
I would see Jay a lot. Like he'd be in and out. Okay. Like in and out the studio, in and out the office, and you know, at the time, you know, I used to get that weird feeling like everybody else used to get around that time when Jay come in, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So, but we never really had no type of rapport, you know what I'm saying, at all. It was just like, hey, Peedi Crakk, what's up, man? Welcome, man, all of that, you know what I'm saying? But
like the whole Philly State Property thing is rocking out.
Heavy.
And you start getting your songs out there. You know, like what was that? What was the first song that you were
My first joint was One for Peedi Crakk.
Yeah.
When we did that together, Dame, it was right around the time of Paid in Full soundtrack. And it just happened like right, everything just started falling in place right on time. Like I got signed right when they was working on Paid in Full, and Dame just slapped it on the soundtrack and shot a video for it. I just got signed, like automatic video from the rip. So my name started cracking really fast. I didn't really, it's weird. It's like I had worked a long time throughout the years to get to that point. But once I got to that point and it happened, everything else was like a piece of cake. I just had to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no more struggle really.
Right. Well, you had the machine behind you.
The super machine, yeah. So of course, it's gonna be hella easy then.
Right.
But he shot the One for Peedi Crakk video for me, and then that started buzzing. And then I believe after the One for Peedi Crakk, well, at the same time when One for Peedi Crakk was rocking, I was doing these crack file mixtapes in the hood with a lot of freestyles, heating the streets up, and they did a lot for me. Mm-hmm. But I think after that, my big joint after that was Flip Side really put the stamp on it. That was the next one after One for Peedi Crakk was Flip Side.
Another big song right there.
Yeah, so
Flip Side, yeah, that shit was hot.
So around that time, I was getting a lot of radio love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, once you get the radio, especially around that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Radio was popping, and then the hits just start falling into place, like the Got to Have It and the Neo song Stay.
Yep.
And they just started, you know, it seemed like every time I would make a banger and then it'd be a long span that I was trying to work on the next joint and I was kind of stressing about it, like, because every artist stresses about his next banger. I don't give a fuck who you is. And they was just popping up, like. Mm-hmm. As soon as I think the shit was, like I had seen Jay one time at Bean's trial, and I had got locked up after the Flip Side thing. Well, was it Flip Side? Yeah, I had got locked up after the Flip Side thing.
Locked up for what?
Firearm possession.
Okay.
For the gun possession. But I seen him at court, and he was like, damn, man, you had him, man, you dropped the ball. I'm like, drop the ball.
Jay-Z told you
Jay told me that, yeah. He's like, what's up, Pedro, man? You had him, man. You dropped the ball, dog. I said, it ain't over. I'm just warming up. I was just getting started. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, drop the ball. What are you talking about? But anyway, I think the next joint we ended up on what was that next? I think it was Bean's album. I had a couple songs on there like Flatline and Got to Have It, and they was just hitting the radio.
You were on Blueprint too, right?
I'm on like a couple bars on the song.
Yeah.
We're all like a couple bars in on the As One song.
Yeah.
But we got a platform.
You're getting placements.
So yeah, I am on Blueprint too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have any monster songs,
Right.
but you're getting songs that people are fucking with,
No
and
doubt.
you're on albums that are selling and everything else like that.
No doubt. And I'm part of this whole big
Movement.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Roc-a-Fella
the
Records.
shows and everything was really it was really crazy. Tours, consistent tours and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So you're starting to have legitimate money coming in.
Right. Yeah.
You could leave the street shit alone, and you could actually support yourself.
Definitely. Yeah.
You were on Blueprint too, right?
I'm on like a couple bars on the song.
Yeah.
We're all like a couple bars in on the As One song.
Yeah.
But we got a plaque for that shit. So yeah, I am on Blueprint too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're getting placements.
Right.
You don't have any monster songs, but you're getting songs that people are fucking with.
No
and
doubt.
You're on albums that are selling and everything else like that.
And I'm part of this whole big
Movement.
Yeah. So
Roc-a-Fella
the
Records.
shows and everything was really it was really crazy. Tours, consistent tours and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So you're starting to have legitimate money coming in.
Right. Yeah.
You could leave the street shit alone, and you could actually support yourself.
Definitely. Yeah.
So now at one point, Jadakiss and Beanie Sigel started beefing.
Yeah.
Now, what really sparked that off?
Yo, to be honest with you, I never knew what they beef was about.
Me neither.
I didn't. That's crazy. And it was hard for me because I was
You were right there.
I was a big Jadakiss fan too.
Yeah.
Still am, you know what I'm saying? But
Me too.
It was hard because it's like you gotta suppress your inner Jadakiss fan. You know what I mean? Cause the clique you with, we all going hard right now. We moving. But I was like, damn, I fucks with Kiss, man. So that was wild.
So did you actually get on any records like dissing Jadakiss and stuff like that?
I didn't, nah. I wasn't, around that time of they beef, I wasn't officially locked in with them. I was just up at the label, up at the studio, just trying to work my hand.
Okay.
And
So you weren't trying to get mixed up and all that.
I mean, I didn't really even have the option if I wanted to.
Okay, fair
You know
enough.
what I'm saying? They were on their own, they were state P. I wasn't officially in yet, you know what I mean? Yeah. But Cameron, shout out to Cameron, he used to fuck with me heavy while I was up there. He's the first person to do a song with me when I got signed.
Okay, so Dipset was already part of Roc-a-Fella when you got there?
Yeah. I mean, Cam was there.
Okay.
You know Dame had, Cam.
The whole Harlem
Dame
thing,
had bust
yeah.
that move, so.
Exactly.
But Cam kept it funky with me. He did a verse for me. Yeah, it was dope.
Now, you had mentioned that you had a song with Cameron.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And Jay-Z took Cameron's verse off.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so you and Cameron worked on a song together.
Yeah.
It was your song or Cameron's song?
It was my song. It was one for Peedi Crakk.
Oh, it was one for Peedi Crakk.
It was the original version of one for Peedi Crakk.
Okay.
The original. And Cam had saw me perform it at like some show I had in Philly. I don't know why he was there, but he was just there chilling. He wasn't even part of the show. He was just in the background chilling. I think one of the DJs had invited him out, one of the Philly DJs. And he hit me the next day. He's like, yo, Crakk, I heard that joint you did that the Mac goes, ring. I want to do that over with you. So he's like, yo, next time you come up to New York, go to Baseline, record it, leave it for me, and I'll hop on it with you.
Okay.
So I went up to Baseline, I laid it, and I called on yo, killer, the joint, I laid it, the verses is open. And I go the next day, and he put a verse on it. Him and Jewels put a verse on it. And it was dope, and I was loving it. I'm like, damn, shit is crazy. And I was excited. Of course I'm excited, because, it's my first joint. with a real known artist. You know what I'm saying?
And Cameron was really buzzing back then.
Right. Yeah. So I'm playing it. I'm playing it for everybody in the studio. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? And Jay comes in, and he like, yo, what's that shit, man? I was like, yo, this new shit I did, man. Yo, so I told the engineer, yo, play that shit for Jay. He throwing it on, and my verse went on and shit. Jay like, it's not that game, I'm from Philly. Go by the name. P. Frizzy and Matt Millie used to be with young Frizzy, and I like rolling on twins. And then Cam part come on since I was 11 years old, dog. I had birds and bees, scissor, please. Jay tapped the engineer like, yo, stop that for a second. So, yo, delete that shit. I'm like, the record just stopped like, I'm like, what?
Was this Young Guru?
Nah, it was
else?
a kid named Shane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jay-Z stopped the record.
Stopped the record and told him to delete that shit. He's like, yo, take that. He's like, yo, take that off, man. And then just walked away. And just walked away. I'm like, oh shit.
Wait, so he heard the song.
Yeah.
You're right there with him.
Yeah.
He's listening to it. He's vibing to it.
Yeah.
Cameron starts rapping.
And he's like, yo, stop that shit. Yo, delete that shit. Delete that shit. It's like, no.
And the engineer had to follow instructions.
Yeah, hell yeah. He deleted that shit. Doop. Shit out of there. So
He
anyway.
didn't even save a version. He just deleted
No,
the whole.
man. He saved shit. So Jay Rose, I'm sitting there stuck like Chuck. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm depressed now. I go.
Okay, wait, hold
What's
on.
up?
So he deleted it, but he didn't actually lay a verse down himself.
Nah. He ain't lay no verse. I mean, I didn't think he was gonna lay a verse. I just was playing it because I wanted him to hear it. But check it out. Check out what happened though.
Okay.
So a couple of days later, I was in fucking at the Metropolitan in Manhattan, and I was scheduled to fly out to L.A. So one of the interns or one of the secretaries at Def Jam called my room. I thought she was calling me to tell me that the car was downstairs for me to take me to the airport. She called me and told me like, Peedi, hold on, Cam want to talk to you. And he get on the phone, yo, what up, Crakk? I'm like, what's up? He's like, yo, man, I told him, I'm like, yo, I gotta tell you something, man. I ain't want to tell him at first, but I'm like, yo, I gotta tell him, cause I can't hold this shit in. And then I had appreciated him doing it with me so much. I'm like, yo, keep it G with him, Crakk. Just tell him, man. I was like, yo, I was in the studio, man, last night, man. I played the song for Jay, man. Yo, he deleted you off the song, man. And Cam, it's like, he ain't even good. He's like, yo, it's cool, man. Don't worry about that shit, Crakk. Just do what you gotta do, man. Don't worry about it. And we hung up. So I hop in the car service about to go to the airport, and he called me back again. He like, yo, where you at? He like, yo, meet me around. He gave me a street wherever. I met him around there. I met him back at Baseline, actually. And I met him there, and he had a copy of the, he took a copy. He must have took it when he recorded it. Mm-hmm. And he gave it to me. He was like, yo, don't worry about that shit. He gave me the CD with his verse on it. So I played that shit the whole way to Cali.
You still got it?
Nah, I don't. I'm going to tell you why I don't got it, though. Yo, I played the shit on the airplane. That's when we had little Discmans and shit. Mm-hmm. I played the whole way to Cali, and I get there, and the whole State P is already there. You know what I'm saying? So I go up to their room and shit. They all in one room playing a game, smoking and shit. I'm still excited again. I pull the CD out. I'm like, hey, Beans, look. This is joint I did, man. Check this shit out. I threw the CD in the deck, and I pressed play, and the same shit. When it got up to Cameron part, this nigga Mac stand up and walk over to the CD player, kindly ejected that shit and broke it in half and threw it in the trash. Like, yo, get the shit out of here. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Beanie Sigel.
Yeah, man.
Grabbed the CD with Cameron on the verse.
I don't know why.
Broke it in half.
Cracked it in half and threw it in the trash. Like, this shit out of here. And just got back to playing the game and smoking. Like, I just walked out. I'm like, yo, I don't know what the fuck is up with these niggas. I don't know what the fuck. I just got there. I'm like, yo, is this what goes on? I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what beef is going on. I don't even know. Got no insight on the Harlem, Brooklyn thing. I don't know what the fuck is up at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super lost. Like, the fuck is good?
Well, I mean, clearly from the story that you're telling me right now, Beanie is siding with Jay-Z.
Right, yeah, basically, yeah. But you know what? Mac was just being loyal, you know what I'm saying, to them. Now, looking back at it now, Mac was just riding and trying, I guess, showing his loyalty to Jay and just riding on whatever Jay felt. Because I don't believe that was even anything towards Cam. Because Mac and Cam always had a good relationship from what I seen. And even after that, they never had problems. So I was like, I couldn't really put that to nothing else but him just riding. If that's what was going on right then and there, he rocking with his man Jay. But I don't think it was nothing personal towards Cam and them.
Aside from those two instances, did you see like tension between Dipset and Jay-Z?
Nah. I just would see, I would notice that Jay would never be around where they at, or they don't interact like that. You know what I'm saying? But we always interacted with the whole Dipset. Me and Jim was cool. Me and Joel's was tight. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for all of us. The Young Guns was cool with them. We was all good. We all was in Puerto Rico together. It was dope. But I think that him and Cam, but I really don't know the details of it. I just never know.
Did you ever? I remember there was a podcast, I think, with Taxstone and Karen Civil. Because I guess Karen Civil was around during that time.
I don't remember her. Yeah, I don't remember her.
She told the story about how I guess Cameron had parked in Jay-Z's parking spot, and there were some problems that occurred over that. That was like when
I don't know, man.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, see, I was too new to really register any of that bullshit that was going on at the time. See, now I can pay attention and know what's up, but at the time I was just
fair enough
lost.
At one point, Jay-Z and Nas started going at it. Were you there at the time?
I was, yeah.
So what was that like?
That was crazy, man. That was really crazy to see. I felt, my personal opinion, I felt as though that after when the ether hit, that it was the first time I seen Jay or just seen the crew up there looking vulnerable a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Looking kind of uneasy. You know what I mean? Because they look so confident and strong all of the time. It was just awkward to see Dame seem under pressure a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That was just weird. Like, he had a meeting with us one time. Like yo, man, y'all hear what the fuck? Y'all hear this shit? What's going on? Because, you know, Nas hit him with this. Dame Diddy, Dame Daddy, or Dame Dummy. Threw him all in there. So he's affected. And then he went in on Jay and all that. So Dame was like, yo, talking to us like in a huddle, like football, like, yo, you gotta get this nigga, y'all. Fuck that. He like sick of niggas, like, yo, load up, run, go in on this nigga, fuck it.
Well, I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, there was that one song, and I think Cameron was on it, where they all diss Nas. You know what I'm talking about? Didn't like Cameron say something like R. Kelly your daughter's face or some shit like that? Like,
I don't remember that shit.
Okay, he had this verse. He said, shorty, stay in your place before the AK's in your face. Take your daughter, R. Kelly, have my way with her face.
Oh, I do kind of remember that bar, but I don't remember Jay being on that.
Yeah, Jay's not on it.
Oh, okay, cool, all right.
Jay's not on it, but Dipset jumped into this beef, even though technically it was between Jay and Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now that I think about it, I remember they had remember Nas and Jim and all of them had they little squabbles, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So everyone was jumping into this. Everyone at Roc-a-Fella was kind of getting dragged into this beef.
Yeah, see, it's hard for me to give you info from that era because that was so early for me that I wasn't as involved as I was after. You know what I mean? Once I got more in depth into the my situation up there, but at the time I was still just looking, and there was a lot of shit that was happening, a lot of inside talk that I wasn't involved in. Like they would have meetings and shit, or be talking, and I wouldn't be in that conversation because I guess I wasn't made yet. You know what I mean?
So you didn't get involved in that at all?
No, actually, I did get on one of the freestyles. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
We did a freestyle, but I think SP was a state prop freestyle, and they was all going in on I think Nas, or I don't know if it was Nas or Mobb Deep. I think it was Nas, and I forgot what beat it was, But I did put a verse on one of them joints.
Do you remember what beat it was?
I don't. I don't think what fucking beat was that. It was a banger too.
So you guys do a they shooting freestyle. It's funny how y'all freestyling over Nas beats.
Right.
This and Nas.
I mean, that's normally what you do, though.
That's what you do, yeah.
That makes sense.
So you end up dissing Nas.
Well, yeah, in a sense.
In a
but
sense.
not really dissing Nas. I really was just riding for the cause. It's like if your squad ain't fucking with them niggas over there, you can't be cool with them niggas still and be like, oh, what's up? No, you gotta rock with your squad.
Play your position.
Right. So basically, because I really ain't had shit. What could I really say about Nas?
You never met him?
I just got there. Yeah, he didn't do shit to me. I didn't even really understand where the beef it came from. I know it had something to do with Jay and his baby mom. That's all I knew was the shit that we all heard. That's what I assumed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it was an epic battle.
It was dope,
It was an
man.
epic battle. I personally like Takeover better than Ether, but, not everyone agrees with me.
Yeah, I'm an Ether dude, man.
Yeah, you like Ether better?
Yeah, I like that, the raunchiness of it.
Yeah.
It was hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel you. I mean, most people agree
It
with
was
you.
hard. It just come on so rugged.
I feel you. So, you're doing your thing at Roc-a-Fella. You got songs that are reacting. You're playing your position. And then Roc-a-Fella starts to break up.
All right.
From your point of view, why do you think Roc-a-Fella started to break up?
Honestly, I think Jay was too smart, and I think he could have moved. He felt as though he could move at a better and faster pace alone, and it'd be more lucrative for him.
Yeah, I mean, one of the, I'm not going to say who told me this, but it was someone close to the situation. Someone told me that every year the Forbes list would come out and Jay wasn't on the Forbes list of the position he wanted to because he had to split the money with Dame and Biggs.
Right.
And that was part of the motivation for him to just say, something, I'm going to do this shit myself.
Hey, man, well, I'm sure the money is definitely a motivator.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, man, from the outside looking in, just in my opinion, I just feel as though, like, them working together in the beginning was dope as a starter, you know what I'm saying? But I think so much time had went by, and I think Jay wanted to just grow. He was moving so much faster.
Yeah.
Dame seemed like Dame was just having fun and just living in the moment. And it just seemed like Jay could just foresee the future more. Like, yo, it's bigger than what you're doing right now.
Well,
so you can stay here and have fun with this shit. I'm out.
To be fair, Dame is a difficult person.
Yeah, but it's
Dame is abrasive.
yeah, but
Dame upset a lot of people.
he did.
Dame burned a lot of bridges. Mm-hmm. I've dealt with Dame before. I no longer deal with Dame anymore, and I didn't even deal with him very long.
Yeah, I don't deal with Dame at all either, but I can say in his defense though, just to keep it G, and we're not homies, we don't talk. I haven't spoken to him in years. We don't have a relationship anymore at all. But he did a lot for me, a lot for us.
Well, he signed you.
Besides that, though, just throughout the years, I witnessed him just do a lot for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he bent a lot of rules and fought a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot more than, I ain't realize it until I was away from him and I had to deal with other people and they wasn't doing this type of shit for me. And then you missed the asshole now. Like, yo, I'll take the asshole back. Because these niggas is not helping me at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, Dame
So,
definitely championed.
He got his highs and he got his good and his bad things, man. But now looking back, you know what I'm saying? I rather will put up with his bullshit than a lot of these other motherfuckers.
I feel you. The spending was excessive.
Very.
Like, I think it was, we had Choke No Joke on here some years back.
And I look at the money that was being spent, how Jay had to divide his money by having partners, and, profits that was made that probably was split 3 ways, that now he don't have to split.
Like, what was the craziest thing you saw?
Craziest thing I saw was one time I was in Baseline with my man Bula. Shout out Bula. He Dame and Biggs and had Kanye with him. And he came to baseline and he just looked in the room and saw us, just randomly just saw us. This wasn't planned, like pack a bag. He's like, yo, come here, hurry up, come on. Come on, live, you too. And we go downstairs getting the turtle top or whatever, you know, the little van. Mm-hmm. And we driving and shit. We don't know where the fuck we going. We think, I don't know where we going, because you never know where the fuck you going with this guy. And we going to the fucking the airport to hop on the jet. He's like, yo, come on. And it's me, Ye, Biggs, Dame, and I think Dame's girlfriend at the time or wife, whatever, I don't know. So we fly to Twister's video with R. Kelly in Chicago. We go there. We go there for about an hour. Drive back to the Clearport. Go back to the Clearport and hop back on the jet and then go to Vegas and catch the fight. Floyd came and picked us up from the Clearport. Took us to the MGM. We watched a Bernard Hopkins fight and saw a Talib Kweli concert, and then go back to the Clearport. It's in one day. And then we fly to Hollywood from Vegas. And we go chill in Hollywood and eat, and they got the private chef in the mansion and shit. And I think, what's his name? Andre Harrell came over, and what's her name? What's the girl? Hilton. What's her name?
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton's little sister. Mm-hmm. She comes through. So this shit is just blowing my mind right now. I'm so high. I'm smoking weed. I'm like, this shit is really taking a weird effect on me. And that night, we end up catching the flight back to the Clearport and caught the jet back home back to New York City, all in one day.
All in one day.
It was retarded.
Each of these flights is probably like $100,000 each way.
I'm not exactly sure, but it was definitely a lot. The fuel is very expensive.
Yeah, crazy.
So,
Roc-a-Fella breaks up.
Yeah.
You end up not going with Dame Dash.
Yeah, I didn't go with
Biggs.
Dame. Yeah, I didn't.
Was there a reason?
Yeah, because around that time, Flip Sides was out, and me and Free were doing really good for ourselves, independent, you know, just making money on the road. We would do 2 shows a night, cash, and you know what I mean? So under my contract, I didn't really have to stay there if I didn't want to. You know what I mean? Under contract, if they broke up, if any of the members who put the company together would leave or sell it, they can't sell us. You know what I'm saying? So you could leave. So I was a free agent, and I spoke to Dame about it. He's like, yo, let's have a meeting about it, man. So I go to the meeting, and they're all there, and there's like all this Armadale everywhere. And I never seen them actually drink Armadale like this before. I never seen, like, they would take shots and shit like that. But today, we're drinking out the bottle suddenly. They're like, oh, Hunt, drink a bottle. Hunt, crack, drink. Toast. Another toast. Toast. Oh, yo, what the fuck is... So, we getting drunk as shit. So, I figure, like, oh, yo, is these niggas trying to get me, like, drunk as shit and get me this thing? I don't know. That's what my impression I had. So, he's like... Now we done got shitty drunk, but around that time I was getting drunk anyway because we was just drinking mad shit. You know, we doing shows. We on Roc-a-Fella. We partying. So he pulls out the paperwork and shit. He's like, yo, so what you gonna do, man? I know you know what's up, man. You staying here with us, right? I said, I'll stay for the right price. I'll stay. Because if you look at it, man, I'm a free agent right now. Why would you stop me from going to go get another check? We got a hit record on the radio. We can go anywhere and go get another check.
What was the record at the time?
Flip Side.
Flip Side, okay.
So, I mean, it was the perfect time for me to be a free agent and just go. You know what I'm saying? My name was buzzing crazy. He's like, all right, so what you want then, man? And I think I told him a number. I forgot what number I said. And he had offered me, he was like, yo, I'll give you like, I think he offered me like $10,000 or $15,000. I'm like, yo, me and Free was making that at certain, like, at a night.
Yeah.
At venues. I'm like, yo, you know what, man? I'm cool, Dame. He like, so what you saying, man? I said, I'm cool, man. I'm all right. I ain't fucking with it. So he called Beans on the phone and put him on the intercom. I guess they figured like, yo, Beans, this Beans young boy, Beans could get this nigga under control because he ain't listening. He get Beanie on the phone. He like, hey, yo, Mac, your man in here tripping, man. Mac like, yo, ho. He like, yo, your man Crack, man. He talking about he out. Mac like, oh, you out, Crack? Wow, what's up? I said, they ain't speaking my language, man. I need some more bread. He like, oh, all right, then, that's cool. Give Dame my chain. Like, just like that.
Oh,
because
so-
I had Mac chain on. So if you out, nigga, don't be out with my shit on. Take my shit off, give it to Dame, and go about your way.
State
It was a
Property
rock
chain?
chain.
A Roc-a-Fella chain.
Right, because I never got a rock chain from them.
Okay, you were wearing Beanie's chain.
I was wearing Mac chain, the gold joint. He was like, yo, give Dame my chain. I took that shit off. I was like, yo, huh? Because the whole time in my head, I'm like, bet, I'm about to go get it. Fuck this chain, fuck all this shit. I'm about to go get this bread. I got to call my lawyer. We about to bust a move. I give the chain to Dame, and I was like, yo, man, I appreciate you, man. Good, nice working with you and all that. And then I got the Biggs. I love Biggs because he a dope nigga. I was like, yo, Biggs. I was like, yo, Biggs, thank you, man. I appreciate you working on me. And everything. He's like, yo, you don't mean that shit. Yeah, like, yo, get the fuck off. He's looking like, yo, you get the fuck off my face. That's basically, he ain't say that, but that's how he looked at me. He's just like, yo, you don't mean that. I was like, yo, cool out, man. Thank you, man. And I walked out, and I felt great, though. I was like, I just felt relieved. And I'm walking and shit, and then somebody that was working for Dame came in the hallway. It's like, hey, Peedi, he said he'll give you, and like added another 5 on there. I'm like, I just was like, hey, get out of here. I just kept going. And that was dope, man, because I'm glad that happened, because things just was happening, man. After that happened, my lawyer, ironically, my lawyer had ran into Jay at like a BMI party or some shit, or some type of BMI publishing party. And he explained to him, like, yo, I represent Peedi Crakk. And, he a free agent now. He had a meeting with Dame that didn't work out. So now we about to find some placement at a company. And Jay was like, yo, man, take my number down, man. Let me talk to Crack. And my lawyer called me like, yo, I just seen Jay. You got a meeting with him. I'm like, bet.
Well, because Jay went on to become the president of Def Jam.
Yeah. So we go to the meeting. It was late as fuck, like late night, like 10, 11 o'clock at night. He in there by himself, just him and the secretary. And we sit down, and he explained to me, he was like, yo, man, since y'all ain't work out with you and Dame, I didn't want to make it seem like we was tug of war. We had a meeting about what artists we was going to keep and who was going to go with who. And he seemed like really strong about keeping you, so I ain't want to trip. But if that ain't work out and y'all talk, then you more than welcome to stay here with me. And I was like, bet. Yeah, so I'm like, yo, what I gotta do? And he's like, nothing. He's like, I'm the president. We just gonna keep your same contract you got, and we're gonna finish your project that you was working on, and we on. And of course,
because you were already, because
I was already signed.
on Def Jam.
So
Okay.
we didn't have to do like a renegotiation, and I don't know. It just felt I just wanted the opportunity to work with him anyway. So fuck the check anywhere else. Like I just thought this was so much bigger than the check, and that's how I end up doing the Neo situation, because Tata,
because Neo was on Def Jam too.
and Tata was the executive producer of Neo's first album. So Tata him and Ty pulled me in and put me on the album. So
dope.
But I doubt if that would have happened if I went with Dame.
With Dame,
so.
right? Well, because Dame Dash Music Group never really went anywhere.
Not that I know of.
Okay, so now you're signed. Well, you're still signed to Def Jam with Jay-Z as the president.
Yeah.
You still don't have an album out.
Nope, not an album.
You have mixtapes out. You got hit singles,
Features,
all
of that.
videos,
and shit.
videos, with no album.
No album.
So, is there some tension that starts to happen between you and Jay at this point?
Nah, no tension. Well, I told you we talked about the Neo part, right?
Yeah.
Because everything was smooth, and I think he really looked out because I was over budget.
Right. You spent $900,000.
Yeah.
How do you spend $900,000?
I mean, because this is the thing. When you're dealing with like 7 artists and so much confusion up there at the label, it doesn't matter who budget is open. If all 7 of us got to fly to Cali and we need 7 rooms and 7 flights, then Peedi Crakk budget open, we got to use that. And then if a Chris and Eve budget is open, we all flying there on that. There's not no time for to break it all down. We just gonna use that budget, fly all of them out there. They state property. So I didn't fuck that 900 up myself. I may have fucked up less than half.
450.
But remember, we got 7 people.
Okay.
And that goes for all of us. We all used to fuck each other budget up. So that's how the 9 got fucked up.
Okay.
But Jay, he opened the budget back up for me. And I had went to Miami to go try to complete the album. But I think, honestly, the thing was, now looking back, when I was really ready, they weren't ready. And then when they were ready, I wasn't focused. And the timing was wrong for me, and the chemistry just wasn't right. So I guess Jay made a decision not to push the shit no more, because he put one single out, I think, like not even officially put it out. He like white labeled it to DJs. And I guess he didn't get the reaction that he wanted. And after that, I just never heard nothing else from, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how that go. They stop answering the phone, and the communication gets slow, and you know what's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you ended up actually dissing Jay-Z at one point.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah. I was talking shit.
You were talking
Yeah,
shit.
because I was upset, you know.
Well, you were talking about calling your album Camel Face Hunting Season.
Nah, I never said
No?
that. Yo,
Where did that come
and
from?
I'm not like backsliding and that. This when MySpace was out, and somebody had posted that on my page. Somebody had made that up, that cover, and posted it. And at the time, it was like right on the money for me. I'm like, I entertained it. They're like, yo, check this shit out, Crack. I'm like, oh, let me get that. I start posting it, and niggas like, yo, that's the new project. But that wasn't supposed to be no album or nothing.
Okay, but you were still co-signing it.
I was co-signing it, yeah.
Okay. Jay-Z calls you a psycho.
Right, yeah.
Jay-Z said, and when they asked about you, he said, it's difficult because I've done so much for them. I gave everybody a shot. Everybody got a chance to sit at the table and make something. So whether you parlayed that into something or let that go away, you know, that's pretty much on you. So if I'm not doing anything tomorrow or the next day, you should be cool with that.
Right. I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? I do.
I think that's a fair statement.
I do. And see, this is the thing. I'm willing to take responsibility for when I was bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I could contribute it to me bullshitting at the time when the opportunity was right there. So I ain't gonna argue with that. He did. He gave everybody a dope opportunity.
He didn't owe you anything.
At all. I think he did. They gave us more than we got the shot of a lifetime, you know what I'm saying? And even with whether things went good or bad, I still think it turned out to be a good thing, because it just made me a part of, it gave me the opportunity to make my name be heard worldwide and build a fan base to this day. And I still got opportunity to this day. I'm here right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You did at least one diss song about him, or was it 2? Or
I don't know. I be dissing niggas. When I go in, I might have did a few.
okay.
It ain't no such thing as a diss song. It's like whatever I'm writing around that time, you in it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you had something called I'm Sorry?
Yeah, but that was more being playful, and that wasn't even a diss song towards him. That was more of an explanation to the fans, for them asking me like, yo, what's going on, man? What's up? What's up with the album? What's up with Jay? And that was more so to show them like, oh, well, because it was like, that was like the little theme of it. Like, have you seen him? Tell me, have you seen him? It's basically saying like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no big deal. It wasn't a diss. It was just like, it's water under the bridge. Don't worry about that shit. It's no big deal.
Did you talk to Jay after that? After you left Def Jam?
Nah.
That was it.
That was it, yeah. And I was really comfortable with that too, because I never wanted to be somewhere where as though I don't want to fight for, if you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, want me around, I don't want to be there. I'm never going to push myself in any situation. I got to be welcome. I got to be wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a Libra. That's how we work.